Hi, I'm Zack, I'm Jewish, and one of the things that I would love for people to know about my faith is that Judaism is a faith that is both about belief and that is rooted in tradition and into connection with past and family. It's a faith that is not only about what you believe, but is passed down through parents to children and to their children. And so for lots of Jews, their relationship with Judaism can look very different depending on whether they are raised in a very observant household or in a not so observant and more secular or cultural household. One of the things I love about my faith is that very often the answers are not in what previously people have discovered or learned, but the emphasis is put on learning and discovering and questioning and interrogating. Some of our main Jewish texts are not just rules of what's right and wrong, but instead are debates that have been had over centuries and millennia, and from which you then build your base of ethics, your code of conduct, and your morals. So being a Jewish person can be very different for lots of people. You might see that, for example, I don't have a big hat on or long what we call peyots, which are curls of hair down the side, but for different Jews they may dress differently, they may act differently, or they may choose to live a life that is more similar to everyone else. So for me, for example, whilst you might not overtly look at me and go, oh, that's someone who's Jewish, I, for example, on Saturdays will choose not to use any electricity and will choose to go to synagogue, because for me that's what's meaningful in my life. And so a Jewish life can be as much about what I do and don't do, so for example not going to certain places, not eating specific foods, as well as it is about added things that I do. So for example, having meals together with families on a Friday night, or for festivals, going and performing different things to what I would do on a regular day. One of my favourite festivals is the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah, where we have, as part of our tradition, we have a piece of apple dipped in honey to represent a new but sweet New Year. And Rosh Hashanah comes 10 days before the Day of Atonement, before Yom Kippur. And so it's a moment to reflect on the year that's just gone and to prepare for over the next 10 days for what will effectively be of repenting and of going back through everything you've done and going, was there something I did right, of making amends, and of making peace both with yourself and, for those who believe in God, making peace with God as well. And so as part of Rosh Hashanah, not only do we spend time together as a family, not only do we spend time praying, but it also is a moment that encourages internal reflection, which is something really important to me as well.